My novel's called Sashenka. It's a novel about a Russian Jewish family, and especially about the women in that family. And the heroine, Sashenka, starts the novel as the daughter of a very wealthy Tsarist-era banker in St. Petersburg, and she joins the Bolsheviks, and she becomes very much involved in the revolution. In the second part, she's a leading Stalinist Bolshevik figure in Moscow, and then she embarks on a reckless affair that threatens to destroy her entire life. This book is in fact inspired by a single photograph that I found in the archives of a beautiful young woman who was arrested in 1937. And as she looks into the camera of this black and white photograph, you can see that she knows that this may be the last photograph that ever appears of her, and that she may never see her husband, her children, her homes again. So some of the novel is very much inspired by reality. And of course the first part is based partly on my own family history. The Jews and the Russians have a special relationship, and so obviously in this book it's very interesting that they're not actually Russians, they're actually Jewish, and that has an effect all the way through. And of course many of the oligarchs, the billionaires in Russia today are Jewish, and many of the Bolsheviks were Jewish, especially the women, and that's one of the things the book's based on. So of course my background has a big part to play, and I think every novelist, who they are and what they are, has a big influence on the story they tell. Though this is technically a historical novel, at its heart this is just an intimate family story, and all the main characters are in fact made up. But I think in a way they live more than even than the real characters in history. You know, the character Sashenka is such a strong character, such a lovely character. She's not perfect, she makes mistakes, she's a Bolshevik for heaven's sake, but also she's a very real person. She's a mother and she's a wife, and she makes one terrible mistake.